Sunday morning, you finally sit down, remote in hand. 5 minutes later you hear it, the sigh. Not because anything is wrong, but because you stopped moving. This isn't about chores. It's about what your rest represents. When a man goes still, something gets triggered. Anxiety, fear, loss of control. You worked 60 hours, paid the bills, handled every crisis. Yet the moment you relax, the atmosphere shifts. Pots clang, tasks appear, emergencies materialize. Coincidence? No. Rest exposes power. A rested man notices patterns. A rested man questions things he never thought about before. And that terrifies certain partners. So they poke, shame, joke, compare. Real men don't nap. Not random. Words, precision strikes. Here's the uncomfortable truth most won't say. Your exhaustion keeps the system running. Your peace threatens it. Here's the twist most men miss. The anger isn't caused by laziness. It's caused by stillness. A man in motion is predictable. Wake up, work, fix, provide, sleep, repeat. But the moment you sit quietly, something dangerous happens, you think. And thinking breaks spells. That's why rest gets interrupted. Not because the trash needs taking out, not because the groceries are urgent, but because your calm creates uncertainty. If you're not busy, you might notice how uneven the exchange really is. You might even ask why your downtime requires permission. So pressure appears disguised as concern. We're wasting the day. Translation, I need you active. You've changed. Translation, you're harder to control when you're rested. Notice the timing. The interruption never comes while you're working yourself into exhaustion. It only comes when you stop, because exhaustion makes compliance effortless. Rest creates leverage. This is where the equality argument quietly collapses. You're told, we should be productive together. Sounds fair, sounds modern, sounds supportive. But watch closely. Productivity is only demanded from one side, and only when rest appears. Her scrolling is decompression. Your gaming is avoidance. Her spa day is self-care. Your nap is laziness. Same amount of time, completely different moral judgment. Why? Because in some minds, rest belongs to women, not men. Men are supposed to produce, build, grind, carry the weight. When you cross into rest, you're trespassing on territory that wasn't meant for you. That's why the insults turn feminizing. Too tired to be a man today? The goal isn't humor, it's correction. Get back in line. Get back in motion. Because a man who rests isn't just relaxing, he's breaking a role. And once a role breaks, expectations follow. Next, we'll uncover why ambition is celebrated in men, but only up to a very specific limit. Here's the paradox they never explain. They want you ambitious but not free, driven but not independent, successful but still exhausted. Because ambition signals masculinity. Movement feels safe. A man building something looks controllable, but a man resting? That creates doubt. Is he losing his edge? Is he still needed? Is he still afraid to leave? Your rest threatens the narrative that keeps them secure, that you're the unstoppable machine who handles everything without question. That's why the explanations sound reasonable but feel wrong. You're wasting your potential. We have so much to do. This affects the family. Each line masks the same fear. If you stop, you might see clearly. A rested man evaluates. A tired man obeys. And once you understand that, the pattern behind timed interruptions, guilt trips, and sudden emergencies becomes obvious. Money isn't the real currency here. Time is. A man with money but no time is safe, predictable, owned by the clock. But a man with time? That's dangerous. He might develop interests, hobbies, a life that doesn't revolve around approval. That's why some partners are fine with you earning more, as long as you're busier. But suggest early retirement or fewer hours and watch the panic surface. You can't just do nothing. Why not? Bills paid, responsibilities met, yet rest still feels forbidden because your freedom was never part of the deal. Notice how resources are welcomed only when they're redirected. Outward, family, household, her needs. But spend them on yourself? Suddenly it's selfish. A man who rests owns his time. A man who owns his time owns himself. Exhaustion is a leash. A tired man doesn't question. He doesn't plan. He doesn't imagine alternatives. He just survives the next day. And that's exactly why some dynamics depend on draining you. An exhausted man won't leave, he's too tired. He won't challenge, he lacks energy. He won't change, he's in survival mode, not growth mode. That's why rest is sabotaged with drama, emergencies during your downtime, arguments before your hobbies, chaos whenever peace appears. It's not accidental. Chaos keeps you busy. Busy keeps you compliant. Over time, the pressure becomes internal. She doesn't even need to speak. You feel guilty sitting down, anxious resting, ashamed enjoying yourself. Congratulations, you've become your own warden. Here's the most effective weapon they use: morality. A good man would be fixing something. A real husband would be working extra hours. A responsible father wouldn't be resting. Notice the pattern. Rest is never neutral. It's framed as failure, as selfishness, as betrayal. Over time, you don't even need reminders. You can enjoy a nap without anxiety, a hobby without justification, peace without guilt. Even silence feels wrong. This isn't motivation, it's conditioning. Some partners genuinely believe suffering equals love. If you're exhausted, you must care. If you're depleted, you must be devoted. Your pain becomes proof of commitment. So when you rest, it feels like rejection. Hobbies are never just hobbies. That's why they're attacked first. Your gym time isn't exercise, it's independence. Your fishing trip isn't relaxation, it's escape. Your gaming, reading, writing, none of it is about fun. It's about identity. A man with passions has a self outside the relationship. And for some partners, that's intolerable. Because if your fulfillment doesn't come exclusively from them, their leverage weakens. So the dismantling begins. That's childish. That's a waste of money. That takes too much time. One by one, your interests disappear, until your only role is provider, fixer, emotional shock absorber. And the cruel irony, when you're hollowed out, they complain you've changed, that you're boring, that the spark is gone. Of course it is. They extinguished it. Peace is the real enemy. A calm man thinks clearly. He notices patterns. He connects dots. He asks dangerous questions like, is this actually fair? Or worse, am I happy? That's why peace gets framed as withdrawal. You're distant. You've changed. You must be depressed. No, you're recovering. But labeling your rest as a problem gives them authority. If your calm is a symptom, they become the judge. If your stillness is sickness, they get to prescribe more work. Some fear this moment more than anything, when a rested man realizes he has options. Options to renegotiate. Options to say no. Options to leave. Exhaustion keeps you confused. Rest brings clarity, and clarity brings decisions. That's why rest is attacked so aggressively. Here's the final test. It reveals everything. Ask yourself one question. Does my partner protect my rest or punish it? Someone who loves you wants you healthy, clear-headed, alive. They see your downtime as recovery, not rebellion. They guard your peace because they understand a rested man loves better, leads better, and lives longer. Someone who uses you does the opposite. They need you tired, distracted, empty, because exhaustion makes you manageable, profitable, replaceable. This isn't about men versus women. It's about love versus extraction. Rest isn't laziness. It's maintenance, boundaries, survival. Any partner who resents your rest resents your humanity. Anyone who attacks your peace values your output more than your life. So stop apologizing for naps. Stop justifying hobbies. Stop treating recovery like a crime. Your rest is non-negotiable, and the right partner will never make you feel guilty for being human.